Hey everyone, welcome to the Bullpen. This is where we put our editorial meeting online for everyone to see on the stories we're working on for this week. Let's introduce ourselves first.
Fernando.
Sarah.
Joe.
Kier.
And I'm Kevin. Let's just get right to it. So this morning we saw another major candidate get into the race in the Houston mayor's campaign. Her name is Sue Lovell. We're working on a story. Fern.
Yeah. Is the fifth major candidate entering the race, along with Turner, Boykins, and a couple of others. She has Democratic credentials, and she served, most importantly, on City Council between 2006 and 2012.
And we saw on Friday a different story we're working on. Cecile Richards was in Austin. Sat down with the Texas Tribune and gave an incredibly informative interview about what she's working on.
Yeah, she talked with Emily Ramshaw for about an hour, really about a lot of different things, but mostly about her kind of new organization, Supermajority, which aims to train 2 million women in the coming for political office and activism.
Cool. Joe, polling, it's been got some new results since the debates.
Yeah, Kamala Harris has surged into third place. She almost doubled her support, so she definitely made the most out of her time on the debate stage. We saw Joe Biden come back down to earth slightly. He's down 5 points in the newest Morning Consult poll, which took a look immediately after the debates. However, he still has a double-digit lead over Bernie Sanders. No change for Bernie, which kind of reinforces what we discussed in our post-show last week. He really didn't offer much to voters other than what he's been saying for several years now. He actually had the largest increase in unfavorability among the top-tier candidates. He was the only one who had a noticeable increase, which I think we could chalk a lot of that up to Biden being such a known quantity. But he definitely went down 5 points. It seems like all of that support pretty much went to Harris. And it'll be interesting to see some additional polling, especially in the coming week, to see if there was any impact on South Carolina, which will be a huge state for Kamala early in the race. And if Biden's support starts to wane with older black voters, he could be in trouble.
Staying on the 2020 race with presidential candidates, we're going to be covering this week. Elizabeth Warren will be at the University of Houston on Friday, and then a number of other candidates will be at a teachers symposium or forum sponsored by the NEA also on Friday. So again, we'd see more and more candidates continue to come to Texas. O'Rourke was here and Julian Castro this past weekend. We covered a number of those events then too. Podcast, what are you working on?
Yeah, so the podcast is going to be launched this week. It's going to have 4 segments, including an interview with Texas State Senator Carol Alvarado. So yeah, I'm going to be launching that soon.
Nice. And you know, Alan West is a favorite of ours around here. What's going on with him this week?
Well, we're waiting in anticipation to see what he's going to decide to do with his political future. In a lengthy blog post a week or two ago, he let folks know that on July 3rd, Wednesday of this week, he will announce his intentions. Could be running against John Cornyn in the Republican primary, potentially against Colin Allred for a congressional seat in the Dallas area, or chairman of the Republican Party of Texas.
So, waiting with bated breath about that announcement. Anything else?
For the Senate race, as many people know from the deluge in their inboxes, the end of quarter deadline was last night. We saw Mayor Pete posted $25 million, nearly huge number for him. The question for Texas is, how does Beto do? How does Julian do? And then looking at our U.S. Senate race, how much does John Cornyn raise? Because he's been running around talking about Texas being a battleground state, trying to do as much as he can to buttress his re-election campaign. And how much does MJ Hager raise? Those are the big questions that we're going to be looking out for. The finance deadline is July 15th for the reports to go online, but if we hear anything before then, we'll be sure to let you know.
Great. All right. We'll probably check back again later in the week. Until then, thanks for watching.